It is November 5th, 2020, Thursday, and awesome morning this morning. Momentum is back. So we are ending the day gross up 17, net profit. We're up $9 today net. I'm choosing to kind of call our quits here for two reasons. First being that I got to start getting ready for work, and it's about 9 a.m. Also, I ended up going red to green today, so I was in the hole like I think like $14, and now I'm up 9. So I think that's a good place to call it today. You can see that I traded 2 stocks today, 3 trades on ALTM here. The first 2 being losers, and then I got a winner in HOFV and another really nice winner here when it finally broke through the level I was watching. So yeah, wow, momentum is good today, guys. Hopefully this means that we will have some you know, a shift up in momentum. We can start taking trades again every day and start banking. This goes to show, guys, when you wait and you're patient for those A+ setups, those ones you know you're good at trading, you know, it's good to just, you know, yesterday I could have taken a loss. I could have taken a $10, $15 loss, and then today just made back a bit of that loss versus being in the green. Yeah, so whatever, third green day of the month, I'm really happy. So anyways, we have HOFV popping hard today. All of these are low floats. This is like a 4 million share float. Had some dumb news about football. APVO, this was the one that could have possibly had a continuation move. It's had like 2 huge short squeezes in the afternoon last 2 days. ALTM was my #1 watch today. And they just had good third quarter results, but I loved the daily chart, which I'll go over. ONCT, this one popped up on some people's scanners. I don't have a scanner, so I just kind of saw that they were trading it. Haven't traded this one. KXIN selling off, even though it looked the best pre-market when I first sat down. And these are just the 2 SPYs. This is a SPY like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then today, Thursday. So that's my little watch list. And oops. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I guess we'll start kind of in chronological order here. The first 2 ALTM trades. So if you flip over here, so this is the ALTM daily chart here, and what was happening this morning is we were gapping up, and the opening price this morning was right around 1880 or not 1880. It was kind of around, yeah, $18. So we were underneath this pivot high here. Let me see if I can't get my little drawing tool. So this high here I had marked off, and if we could get above that, and I was looking for that to act as support, and that high is up there at 1742, key number. Remember 1742. So what happened is I took a few trades in the morning trying for this thing to bounce up, stopped out on both of them, and then when HOFV started really ripping, this thing got a sympathy play and made it all the way up to my target here, which was at $23. So that was this daily pivot high. There is a gap fill up here at 25.80, but this was my original target, and I'm probably not going to trade it past that. It seems a little extended past that point. So basically, I was just trying to trade this range right here from top to bottom, and as you can see, we pretty much filled up that whole range and are selling off a bit. Kind of looks like a Darth Maul candle or something. It's very symmetrical right now. So yeah, great trades on ALTM, and I will hop in now to the intraday chart, and then you guys can see what my sort of thesis was for the morning. So this thing was gapping up on what was the news? Oh yeah, third quarter results. So this was kind of the pre-market action, and then right before the bell rang, it had this nice surge of volume here and momentum, like a really nice surge right there pre-market. So that's what kind of made me think that this thing could definitely move today. And I'll just take this away for a second. I remember what happened. It just happened. So I'll zoom in a bit more. Okay, so it opens up here, and as you can see, it's already sort of making like a bit of a bull flag through the open. You can see there's like a bit of this downtrending resistance line. So I was thinking that if we could break through that, we'd probably get a nice move up to my $23 target. And then along came the green lines VWAP. The two shaded lines are a 9 moving average and a 21 moving average. So you can see it's holding above VWAP, and we had this one really nice wick here. It kind of was a fake out, pulled back in, and I decided that this candle here was my indicator that this thing wanted to move. So once it was holding VWAP once again, as you can see on that green line, I ended up going long right here at 1848, so 6 shares long. This thing is extremely volatile, so that's why I went low share size. But as you can see, it looked like we were breaking through this this bull flag level, and then pretty much immediately, let's see if I can't zoom in a bit more. And then pretty much immediately after we went long here, we stopped out right below VWAP. I had my stop loss between these lows here at around 1750, and we broke right through the low of day. So I stopped out there at 1734, and that was like a $6 loss, so about a $7, $8, $9 total dollar loss including commissions. So I was down like $9 at this point, and I was like, well, crap. But this thing was holding still above that that daily level of 1742. If I put a line there, you'll see what I mean. Let's go 1742 right there. So it kind of pops below, but then look at how well it holds right above that 1742 level. So once I saw that hold and it reclaimed VWAP, the green line, I got long again there because I was like, okay, I might have just had the wrong timing here. So I bought another 6 shares there at 1818, and unfortunately it just chopped around, and I noticed that we had kind of this level that we needed to get through, like 1840-ish level. We started to run into some resistance up here, and as you can see, it's actually ripping again, but you'll see that in a minute. Yeah, so we kind of were in this channel, and then we tried it once more right here. I thought we were going to break, and we got rejected. And as soon as I saw that rejection and another break below VWAP, I stopped out manually this time. I stopped out there at 1758 down here. So that was another 360 loss, so like 550. So we were down like 14, 15 bucks at this point on the day, which was not ideal. At that point, I wrote in my notes that I was going to have a max loss today of $30, and I was allowed to have like one more trade. Yeah, so then at that point, what happened was HOFV really started to rip. I'll hop on over there. So this thing had like, yeah, kind of like fluff news today. It wasn't really anything to get super excited about. You can see how well it actually is below those pre-market highs there. That's interesting. Great short there for whoever nailed that short. But anyways, this thing started to really rip here. And what was my $5 level that I was watching? HOFV. Oh yeah, off the daily. Okay, so this thing right here. Okay, that's right. So it made a high of day initially in the morning, HOFV. And then in like one candle, look at the volume on this 1 minute candle, so good. And the volume on ALTM was pretty shitty at the time, so I was like, wow, this is the one that I should have been trading. I was pretty pissed off that I took 2 losses on ALTM while this thing made an insane move from like $3 up to like $4.20 here. So it made a huge move, got halted, huge move, look at that, huge move, oh my god. I got halted up here, and I had a what was it? A buy order for a limit order there for 510 for $15, and I was gonna risk around like 430, and pretty much right off the halt, we immediately dropped down, got filled here at 510. The reason I had an order there at 510 was HOFV. Was because if you look on the daily chart here, this $5 area was good support. Back here in July and August, $5, and we even tested it once again right here in late August. So this one was yeah, pretty much just sold off since its inception, and now we're getting that that fresh rip through all those levels. So yeah, $5 was a good guess for support. You can see it's around 510, 511 area that support is right there. So that's where we got filled right there, 510 exactly. And basically I was kind of holding this because I sensed that it was very strong. It had an extremely low float of 6.3 million, so I was pretty sure this thing had the potential to rip. I went over and looked at ALTM for a second, and then this thing was up here at like 6:30, and I freaking forgot that I had hotkeys to sell, so I was fumbling around in this level 2 window to try and sell. I was unrealized up like $18 at one point, and then it pulled back here, and I ended up selling it at under 6. So I was up here at like 6:30, and I sold it 30 cents less than I wanted to, which sucks. But it turned out to be a really good sell, and I'm really happy with that trade still. A nice $10 net profit. And as you can see, this thing really pulled back pretty violently. This was the most brutal part. So it had a nice pullback. I was thinking about getting in. It was forming like a nice bull flag. Look at this uptrend line I had. Boom. Like we got a obvious resistance area up here, so it's looking like I wanted to break. Coming up, boom. Looks like it's going to break through the high right there. And insane rejection. Like that is pretty brutal. And I think it's even breaking lower. Yeah, wow. So that is a deadly drop off of the highs there for HOFV. That kind of scares me because, like, yes, there's momentum today, but like, obviously there was a huge surge in the morning, and now it's really fading. This is definitely not like a SPI all-day squeezer, I don't think. Pretty insane action there. And then after that winner, so we were kind of break even on the day. I think we were up like $3 or something. No, we were still down. I think no. Yeah, we were still down because of commissions. And then ALTM finally did what I was looking for. So we have all our losing trades here, remember? And I told myself, I wrote down ALTM, you're allowed to go long on a break either over the high of day, which at the time was like 1945. So you're allowed to go long on a break through that level or a break through this kind of pivot level that I was talking about earlier. And I saw HOFV really pulling back, so I figured there might be some sympathy momentum, some capital flowing into this stock. Saw this candle right here with a nice little spike in volume, and I went ahead and got long there for a third time on ALTM, 7 shares at 833. It ripped through this level, ripped right past high of day, stalled for a second at high day, and then popped up super heavy, and I sold up here at 2043 for a, wow, what is that? That was the best trade of the day, for a $2.10 gain on my shares. So that is epic. Really wish I was sized up a bit more for that. And that one ended up netting us like 12 bucks, so we pretty much made back our 2 losses in one good trade. And you can see it got halted up here. I didn't touch it, and then unfortunately, if you look right here, it made like the most epic bull flag ever. If you kind of go like this, and I was like in the process of calculating my risk if I entered on the breakout right here at around 21, and my stop would either be below 1930 or around 1960-70, and as I was doing that, it broke up and made a really nice move that I unfortunately missed out on. Yeah, so that's where we are so far today. So now we're sitting up here at $9. Everything's kind of cooling off now, and I wonder if we'll have any sort of continuation action. You can see that we're kind of chopping around this level for sure. Made like a high here, and now we're kind of trying to test it as support, but it's not looking like the best. We went up and just made a double top on the day, which is not ideal. You can see right here at 2367. Yeah, that's a pretty obvious double top. So we'll see what this thing wants to do. It's kind of holding up the best out of all of them, as you can see right now. This is HOFV, the one I had that one halt resume trade off of. really pulling back now, almost to the initial high of day. APVO had one big surge selling off, and here's ALTM here. Honestly, not looking the greatest either, and ONCT also pulling back. So I think that now might be a pretty good time to call it. I definitely went red to green. I'm really happy with that. You know, it's 9 now, so I think that we'll call it a day here. Hopefully, I'm hoping that these sort of spark a surge of momentum back into the small cap market that we've been really needing. It's been pretty dry out there lately, but I don't want to overstay my welcome today, and you know, locking in a third green day in a row on some good trades seems pretty good. You can see everything's kind of just selling off and consolidating now. We might have one more big huge surge, but I'm not going to wait around for it. Wow, HOFV got absolutely destroyed. That's pretty insane. Yeah, the best one looks like ALTM right now. But like I said, this was my target, that $23 area on ALTM. Yeah, 23 was my target, so I'm going to stick with that. It might pop up here to like 25, 26. I honestly don't think it's going to go higher than that. So, yeah, guys, that's it today. Last day of the trading week is tomorrow. Let's make it freaking a whole week of green. So, adios.